Welcome to day 234. We are in Ezekiel, 2 Kings, and Jeremiah. Kind of tying some things together today. Very short stuff today. The reading had lots of things in it, and I want to talk about that as we just cover some of the things that I think we need to say first. First of all, let's talk about the colors that are mentioned. And at the moment, we're just going to mention the colors, and as we get near the end, you'll see that we have plenty of colors on our lists to be going over and understand a little bit more about them. So Ezekiel 23, verses 6 and 14. They were all attractive young men, captains and commanders, dressed in handsome blue, charioteers driving their horses. And 14, then she carried her prostitution even further. She fell in love with pictures that were painted on a wall. Pictures of Babylonian military officers outfitted in striking red uniforms. So Samaria and Jerusalem are the ones we're talking about here that are attracted to the wonderful colors of the other military. You know, Jerusalem kind of showed all the stuff that they had in their in the temple, and the gold and the silver, and eventually everything got taken away. So the colors of all that stuff is just kind of lending this view that the country stopped listening to God and was attracted to what other countries were doing and the things they had, which was really ridiculous. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. Now we go to 2 Kings, and we kind of tie up what is happening. We're not quite done discussing the exile. People are still in Jerusalem, but here it is. 2 Kings 25, 1 and 2. So on January 15th, during the 9th year of Zedekiah's reign, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon led his entire army against Jerusalem. They surrounded the city and built siege ramps against its walls. Jerusalem was kept under siege until the 11th year of King Zedekiah's reign. 2 years of being under siege, or a year and a half, if you want to look at the months and stuff. So there's famine and stuff coming. So Jerusalem's going to suffer. And that's when we go back to Ezekiel 24:14. I, the Lord, have spoken. The time has come. I won't hold back. I won't hold back. I will not change my mind, and I will have no pity on you. You will be judged on the basis of all your wicked actions, says the sovereign Lord. Okay, so turmoil, suffering, horrible things are going to happen. Probably, maybe tomorrow's reading, I'm not sure. But we're getting there. It just seems like Jeremiah was a long time coming, and then Ezekiel, we're in chapter 24, and they're still in their land, you know. So I want to talk real briefly, and we'll stop. That God finally says he's not going to hold back. And in this reading, we just hear what's going on. It's like God sends a messenger and people listen. God sends a messenger and then some people stop listening. And God sends a messenger. And first of all, he warned them at the beginning. Okay, God sends a messenger. And then you got quite a few people not listening. God sends another messenger warning them. And then they kind of start to rebel. And God sends another messenger. And then they're all rebelling. God sends another messenger over and over and over again. Then they kind of laugh at the messages. Okay, they don't even listen to him. They're just laughing at him. And then he sends another messenger, and some of them are starting to get fed up with him, and they ignore him. And they send another messenger, and now pretty soon all of them are ignoring him. And then he sends another messenger, and then they're starting to say, you know what, we need to get rid of this guy. And then he sends another messenger over and over and over again. And finally, they're like, let's kill the guy. And that's where you got to Jeremiah. So you had the 1600 years where God was working with the people, and finally he sends the flood. Since then, and he worked on the people of Israel, and he sends them to Egypt to save them, brings them out of Egypt, puts them in their land, and he sends all these people and warns them all the time about what's coming, what's going to happen if they turn their backs on him. And it happens over and over and over and over again. And here it is. I will not hold back anymore. Think about our country today. What has happened? People are against the Jews and the Christians openly now. And it wasn't like that before. This didn't just happen in a moment. It wasn't day after day. It was over periods of years. And that is what has happened even in our own country. Just something to think about when we eventually get into talking about prophecy, which is really what we're getting into now. So that's your day 234. I'll see you tomorrow.